Thank you so much. Well, good Tuesday morning to you as you're waking up and heading out the door. We are accident and breakdown free. Let's start with a live look at the 201 freeway near 8000 West in Magna. No major issues to report here, so let's go ahead and get straight to the map. Coming in from Provo up to Salt Lake City, you can account for a 39-minute ride, delay free from Point of the Mountain up to Salt Lake. And we're already starting to see a little bit of congestion brewing I-80 eastbound near that Lake Point on-ramp because of the ongoing construction. So we'll take a look at that in just a bit. But right now, as you travel eastbound, making your way over to I-15, you can account for about a 22-minute ride. Delay free dropping down out of Parley, some minor congestion on the eastbound of I-215, so we'll check on that just as well. Ladies, I'll send it over to you.
Deja, thanks.
All right, let's get a check of your traffic this morning. Still accident free, but I do want to show you I-80 eastbound near that Lake Point on-ramp. We are starting to see some more cars out there, and we are learning that the construction from Stansbury Park to Lake Point took about an extra 10 minutes this morning for drivers, and that's without much traffic. So you can imagine as we approach rush hour this morning, the 6:30 half hour and 7 a.m., we are expecting to see more stop traffic, so keep that in mind as you're heading out the door. Also want to give you a live look at another perspective. This is I-15 southbound near 84th South. You are seeing some lane restrictions. This is going from 84th South to 90th South. So as you travel between Midvale and Sandy this morning, you may see some delays because we are down to one lane on the freeway. Traffic seems to be getting by fairly well, but just keep that in mind if that is a part of your southbound I-15 commute. Lori, I'll send it over to you.
All right, Deja.
Check of your commute if you're coming in from Davis County this morning. Again, we continue to see calm and quiet conditions along the I-15 corridor. Here's a live look at our camera northbound along I-15 near around 9th South in Clearfield. No major issues. As you travel southbound, you're also looking relatively quiet. If you're heading into the Clearfield area, here is a look near around 2100 North. So between Clearfield and Centerfield right now, about a 19-minute ride. No major issues for you, like I mentioned. So if you're traveling from Ogden down to Salt Lake, 29 minutes. Delay free between South Weber and Mountain Green, 12 minutes in both directions there. And take a look at the map. No major issues to report. We love seeing lots of green as we start your morning drive. Tamara. Thanks so much. Before we talk about your commute, we do want to give you a heads up. Expect some delays of up to 30 minutes on all Utah Trax lines between Central Point and 9th South. There is a water main break in the area at 13th South. The bus bridge is still in effect, but give yourself some extra time there because we are starting to see some delays building. Taking a look at the map, if you're traveling I-15 southbound, we are down to one lane between 84th South and 90th South. That's between the areas of Midvale and Sandy. That's the only issue that we're seeing right now. Some minor congestion on the eastbound of I-215 as you travel through Mill Creek, but other than that, looking good. Coming up in just a bit, we'll take a look at your Tooele commute because, of course, we know there is some construction near Lake Point that may be causing a little bit of a delay. Ladies, thank you so much. Let's take a look at the map. We are seeing lots of green. We are seeing a few issues out there. We'll get to that in just a bit. But as you travel from Provo up to Point of the Mountain, it's a 22-minute ride. An additional about 15 minutes as you make your way into Salt Lake City. Haven't seen any major issues along the I-15 corridor, except some congestion as you travel southbound from Midvale into Sandy. That'll be around 84th South into the 90th South area because we are reduced to one lane. Coming out of Tooele, right now we're looking relatively quiet eastbound coming in from Lake Point. We hope that continues, but we do have some slowdowns with tracks. We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit.
Deja,
thank you so much. Let's get a check of your traffic. We are dealing with some emergency vehicles that have a right lane blocked. This is I-15 southbound just after 69 South over in the Midvale area. Now, like we've been talking about much of this morning, we are reduced to one lane between 84th South and 90th South. So just keep this in mind, but it looks as though it is going to be cleared soon. It looks like as though it's probably a broken down truck here, but emergency crews are on the scene. And as you can see along the main span, traffic is still getting by. Taking a look at the map, not seeing any major disruptions on the southbound side though, so that is great. Coming out of Tooele this morning, we remain relatively quiet, but coming up in just a little bit, we'll take a look at that Lake Point commute. 27 minutes out of Park City, so other than that, no major issues. And we do want to let you know, if you are headed out, there are some tracks delays because of a water main break at 13th South. We are seeing about 30 minutes delays expected, so that's between Central Point and 9th South. The bus bridge, though, remains in effect between Central Point and 9th South, so you should be good to go otherwise. Thanks so much. Well, good Tuesday morning to you as you're waking up, rolling out of bed and heading the road. We are accident and breakdown free. Just within the last few minutes, I told you about some issues we were seeing southbound along I-15. Just after around 69 South, there was a broken down semi off to the shoulder, but that has since cleared and traffic is resuming to normal there. Didn't see any major issues on the approach, but just wanted to keep you updated. Northbound along I-15 from Provo up to Salt Lake City, a 39-minute ride. No major issues on your 215 interchanges, and thankfully things are looking relatively quiet out of Tooele. We'll give you a live look at some of that construction that's happening near Lake Point in just a bit. Thank you so much. Well, good morning to you. As you're waking up, rolling out of bed and hitting the road this morning, I am happy to report that we are accident and breakdown free. Where we had much of our concern was I-80 eastbound coming out of Lake Point this morning. Of course, we know that construction that is happening there has been causing some major issues. But take a look at the map. Lots of green, no major issues to report. So as you travel I-80 eastbound, making your way over to I-15, you are in the clear. I do want to give you another heads up about that tracks alert for you. Don't forget, we do have a water main break at 13th South that's causing up to 30 minutes of delays. It's happening between Central Point and 9th South. The bus bridge still in effect, but keep in mind this will impact your commute if that is your normal method of transportation. So take it easy out there, and we'll keep you updated with the very latest. All right, as you're waking up this morning and starting that morning commute, we are accident and breakdown free. We continue to see quiet and calm conditions across all of our interstate systems and arteries. Let's travel outside together. Here is the eastbound of I-215 near 33rd South and Mill Creek. No major issues to report here with speeds coming in just under 73 miles per hour. As you travel I-15 northbound, making your approach to the Spaghetti Bowl, also no major issues to report there. We're going to take a quick look at some of your live drive times. If you're heading to the airport, 31 minutes from Ogden, 39 from Provo, 26 as you travel in from Park City. Thanks so much. As you're waking up, heading out the door, we are accident and breakdown free, but of course the delays that we were anticipating, not necessarily looking forward to, I-80 eastbound near Lake Point are now a real issue. As you're waking up, you are going to see some stacking here. We're seeing speeds right now below 30 miles per hour. Now, the good news is once you pass this stretch, once you get to about milepost 100 near the edge of the Great Salt Lake, you will see some relief and then smooth sailing all the way over to I-15. But pack a little bit of extra patience. We will continue to keep an eye on this for you. But right now, as you're traveling out the house from this specific point over to I-15, going to see about 7 to 8 minutes through the backups there. Thanks so much. All right, we have been keeping an eye out on your morning drive, and of course, our big story right now is going to be if you're coming out of Tooele I-80 eastbound. Delays are building, and we're starting to see traffic slowing along this stretch, and our camera is shaking a little bit, so if you're going to be in some of those high-profile vehicles, just make sure you're holding on to the steering wheel. So keep in mind, coming out of the Lake Point area, you will see some congestion building, and taking a quick look at the map over here coming out of Tooele. Give me just a second. Looks like we're having an issue here, but we are seeing some congestion building. On your surface streets, though, relatively quiet, delay-free along Bangor. No major issues on the 201 freeway, so other than that, we're relatively quiet. All right, man, thanks so much. So let's get a check of your traffic this morning. As you're waking up and heading out there, some great news for you. We continue to see calm and quiet conditions. Traveling outside together, I-15 northbound. This is near 114 South in the Draper area. Starting to see those lanes getting a little bit packed, but no major congestion. But if you need to head out, I would say head out the door now. So as you travel northbound up to Salt Lake City, by a 21-minute ride. No other major issues to talk about there. But of course, heaviest delays are going to be I-80 eastbound as you travel between Lake Point and about milepost 100 near the edge of the Great Salt Lake. So just keep that in mind as you're heading out.
Almost.
Absolutely. We're definitely looking forward to that. Well, let's get a check of your traffic as you're heading out. Just within the last few minutes, we do have a new crash to tell you about. This is I-84 westbound just after that 700 East exit. Your right shoulder is blocked, but causing some minor congestion on the approach. So please just use some caution in the area as you're heading out. Southbound along I-15, a 29-minute ride from Ogden into Salt Lake. And of course, don't forget, if you're coming out of Tooele this morning, you are going to see some issues near Lake Point. So just keep that in mind. Matt, I'll send it over to you, okay?